Hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. So yet again, we are playing Satisfactory and we're going to do some work on the MegaFactory tower. Last time, it's been a long time getting the base factory set up, and I finally broke ground at the very end of the last stream and placing the space elevator on the first platform of the tower. So we're going to jump in on that, keep building it out, and start putting in some of the initial floors of the tower and the structure of the spine that'll be moving items up and down. So let's crack on. There we go. We've got a big ass tower. Big old. Yeah, so this is going to be the one end of the tower, and then we're going to build that way to keep everything moving. Let's see. Let me get a real. Let me just acclimatize for a second. So I think. Oh yes, I had. That's we don't need to worry about that just yet. The very first thing we want to do is probably start hooking in the very first floor, which is going to be, I guess, iron smelting. Yeah, we'll do iron smelting as the very first floor. And then, yeah, man. How are you, June? Yeah, we'll probably do the first floor as iron smelting, and then we'll put copper just above that. But I think right now... Yeah, welcome back, though. It's good to see you. It's been alright. It's been alright. I didn't sleep great last night, so I just had a nap just before. So... Come on, we can make it. Yeah, I feel it, for sure. The light helps. I got a light. It really helps with the complexion. Could you see? I'm not sure how big to build this to start. Not very good. Default's fine. No, well, I finished the run. So I did all the painful single placement of all the books. It only took me like 6 hours or something. So I'm playing Satisfactory now. Just... I know, it's 3 streams, I think. Oh, it's such a problem early in the game. Okay. I've got like a really small factory set up right now. It's just trickling like little tiny bits of resources through, but I really need to scale it up because I'm on 100 times space elevator parts, so I need to get this 5,000 smart plating started, otherwise we could be here for a very long time. So I think we have Yeah, chill games and strategy, so sort of factory builders is very much the sort of thing I enjoy. Like management games as well, I really enjoy. So that's probably what a lot. No, definitely not fighting. Let's go this way for now. And we're gonna have to do some tricky double. Actually, I should go this further away. I'm not that constrained for space. Now that I've just placed these, I have had a thought. I think I've made a mistake putting it so far forward. So the idea is that I'm going to build a big-ass tower with each floor producing a single item. So I'm going to try and make a mega factory inside one building, basically. Which is, in fairness, what a mega factory is supposed to be, but it's you know, it's just a bit of fun. So, so the goal right now, I think we would go. Let's go 5 high. And then we'll call that the edge of the tower. I'll reserve 2 foundations for the spine. So from here we can start a factory. So we should build our first line of smelters here. Where's center? Oh, it's all over the place, who cares? It might be worth... Nah, we'll just do it in one big line. Because the alternative is something like this, and leave a gap in the middle just for... I'll just leave a gap in the middle, so we can always see the elevator. And then we'll have separate runs, a left and right run into the... maybe into the center? Although in and out the same direction is complicated. So I think we will push resources center. And then we will take from the outside. These maybe Mark 2 anyway, so let's Mark 2 these. Yeah, one of these. So we have a lot of capacity right now, at least for this stage of the game. I missed a belt, didn't I? Okay. Same thing. These are going to come out, so then we can Mark 2 across. One out. Okay. Cool. So that now is the basics of that structure, and now what I need to do is get input. So we have 2 iron nodes we can use. So I think right now will just be a little bit dirty, and I'll rebuild it later because I don't have the right parts from... Oh no, I need way more. I am building some reinforced iron plates so we can make use of those, thankfully. Oh no. What happened? Oh, I paused production, that's what happened. I guess we can do a shitty version first, we can upgrade later. Do I have any? I do have some, so we can go and just build a new miner straight away. Alright, the miner. Oh, for fuck's sake. This was my whole last stream. Just like, oh god, I'm trying to build, I just keep running out of resources. I've already capped out their capacity right now too. I just need to go up phases so I can increase belt speeds and overclock and do all sorts. So this is running full bore, all 120 are being used, pushed into concrete, and it is making like 45 concrete a minute, which at this stage of the game is pretty good. I mean, the only real way I can increase that throughput is to just find more limestone nodes. I guess I could just check for... It's not too far. Could definitely bring that in. It becomes this whole problem of it's just a bootstrapping problem, so we can definitely, we'll get better and better and better as time goes on, as I can build bigger and better factories. Make a friend right now. Okay. I haven't thought about how I'm going to get this up to the tower yet, but I think that's high enough for iron plates this time. We'll make it. This one, we take a couple hundred. Go this way, can't we? Okay, let's go this way. I think what might be easiest is to build the connection just off the side and go straight down and connect that way. And I can think about cleaner inputs later that don't involve so much just running over the ground. So if we put this to here, then I think I do have conveyor lifts, don't I? Yeah, thank goodness. So it should be around there. We can just curve it back this way, and then there should be something we left over here. To here, and then to there. So finally, we just have to run some power. Mine will turn on and start sending a very slow trickle of iron ore to the main tower factory. Great. We do need to run power to these smelters as well, but this shouldn't be too difficult. Side they on the back, so let's put them on the back. Well, the central power supply, I think. Do it like that. That should be fine. We take this line here, we'll bring it forward. Go out. Should be able to connect to something somewhere. If we go here, do you have any space? No, unfortunately. But you probably do. Okay, so we should have 8 really powered smelters, and they're just waiting for input. Perfect. I really do need, I should check what the syncing is going to cost me, because that'll let me get some of the early recipes I need. It's 400, 500, 200, and 200, so we can do that now. We probably definitely have the wire and the rod, 100%. We probably don't have the concrete though, which is a shame. Maybe I will build that other... We'll build it in a tower when we get a chance, which would be... Maybe we'll make that 3rd floor. That's the concrete floor. We can just bring in, again, 2 whole inputs. Before I run away too far, I've got shit, it's a cable. Alright. So we need our rods, we need our concrete. Check what we have. I don't think it's enough. We can delete you. Oh, it is enough. Wait, rods are this one. Take that. Perfect. Up, up, up. Bam. Now the next problem we're going to run into... Oh, I have 10.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as AWESOME. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards in currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the awesome shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Slowly that belt's filling up down the bottom. It's hilariously slow. I'll just put on a temporary sink for now, right next to a power source, a storage container attached to it. And we'll use this just manually. We can chuck in these. We'll put in a shop, hopefully I can afford. And then we will power it. We will power it. Probably, oh no, that's not good. Is it a fuel problem or a throughput problem? It's possibly a throughput problem because of, yes, it's a throughput problem. So there's a problem with, well, the sink is that it's just really expensive power-wise. This is going to be a whole thing. So I was trying to do this the other day. I'm trying to load balance the actual outputs that I'm sending into my power. And it does work well, like it does work. And I should actually redo these belts. They are taking up more space than they need. So maybe I will do that very quickly. So take a default to maybe not, we'll take the line to there and then we will do a straight connection. Do the same thing here. So we'll go up once it's gone down. And the same thing here. Again, I'd love to stack them, but they it's all behind the. Come on, that won't work. I think if we go to here, no, I'm having problems with the. Oh my god, the straight mode. Just as I placed it the first time, rather than respect where it was, it sort of rotates funnily. I think I had to do this on default to start. Then that should give us a full turn. I actually should check though how many coupons I got. I think the conveyor stuff is actually quite cheap, so we might be able to get away with just a few coupons we already have because the shop doesn't take any power, just the sink. So if we take this. Oh no, I need to turn it on. That's going to be a problem. Disconnect you. Was that enough for them to start? There's been a weird thing with the power where it seems to crash when it shouldn't. I'm not fully sure why. Yeah, so that's running. We can take the 6 coupons we have and we'll just make do. The 2 things I really want, and it's the one I definitely need, is going to be in not organization. I can't remember actually. Management. So I need the floor lift. Oh, am I wrong? It's a stackable conveyor not? Do I have a stackable conveyor? Am I hallucinating? Oh, I have it already. I can just do that. Shit. I'm a fool. I can stack them. So, I definitely want a ceiling mount. I definitely want a wall mount. Definitely need the lift hole. I may as well get a floor hole. I'll grab. Is that? It's too much, isn't it? I think the wall mount's one I can probably make do without. Let's get rid of wall mount. We'll keep the wall power outlets, and then that should be plenty for me to get on with to the point where I can actually take this away for now. Now, I was trying to work out previously just a nice 1-to-5 splitter, which I need to do 3 times. So I might very quickly do a little bit of designing just over here, and we'll replicate in a minute. So what we need to do is take 1 line in, which won't be a full. So yeah, we can just take a splitter first. Actually, we know it's a merger first, so we'll do merger first. Then we might try split on top. Be a little bit cheeky like that. The merger comes in first. We would need to funnel that into a splitter, which means we'd have to go that way. And how many splits do we take from this? Just 2, right? Yeah, just 2 splits into another 2 splits. So what we can do is, this is where I was going to be a little bit cheeky. I'm going to put conveyor lift on. I might move power to 2. I'll put this on 1. I'll put the lift on 4. So we would do this. So that would be our connection into the splitter. And then we can do something like 2 other splitters here and here. Although that might be too close. That's our input space, so we can do this. Oh, we should be able to do that, it's just being a dick about it. I know it is too close, so I was just gonna see if we could do something like, yeah, it's too close, so we're gonna bring it forward just slightly. Let's try there. Come on, buddy, that does work. So that would connect the output of that to the input there, which means we can bring this up same way. We're going to do some belt clipping here, which is a little bit dirty, but it does work. So to get you back into the merger, we will have to do that. Also a little bit wider of a profile than I would like. So what would happen is you take one line in, it goes up to the splitter, which then splits twice. And each of these, ooh, that's another point. They take 3 outputs from each of these, so... Is that right? Oh, only one of you links back into the splitter, right, into the merger, so... We would have... It would be really nice if I could... You're the split, then is there any way for me to connect this to the other merger? So if we instead had you on top again, like this maybe, that would go in, that's your connection to that splitter, then this could actually go down for that. You know, we would be doing this again, but you could go up. I think that's right. The issue then is the 3 that we're taking from that would go the wrong way. So we'd want to do that, but then that would mean our input would need to come in on the side. But given the profile that we have, it's not the worst thing in the world. So that would be our in line. That's our in, it goes up into the merger, it goes up into the splitter, which splits twice into there. Oops, actually that does need a... This needs to exist. So the merger goes straight into here, which splits, again, dirty, splits up at the top and splits up to the middle, and then we can take 1... Yeah, 2, we didn't take them there. I think, is there a way we can rotate this? Maybe if we move this stack. So we take that input there so that you come from there. So your split is, did I do that right? That's still, yeah, that should still be your input. So you go into there, and then you would go into... So you have 3 facing forwards, you have 1 facing back, but that's the one we send down to the bottom. So we have, and then you can just connect wherever. So our line out is then, I guess this is where it gets a little bit spicy. We need a stackable conveyor pole or something, probably lined up with there. We go 3, 4. Hopefully we can get a ground line without too much trouble. That way. anyone actually get down? Okay, you can actually get... No, you're too... How far do you need? You can do it. A lot of belt clipping. Just a lot. Oh, straight doesn't work. That's a shame, but we can default. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then the one that don't are you, and then you should have no problems. So that would be one module I've got to build 3 times. I could also mirror it so that this side doesn't need to do the same thing. But I'm pretty sure that would give me the right amount. So I think if I just put a test organization store test container. And we can just put 10 of something. What we should see is 2 on each of these lines. It's 2 there successfully, 2 there successfully. Okay, so that's 2 on each. That's perfect. Okay, let's rebuild this then, so that we use that same structure. I'm gonna have to move these burners too. They are... I'm not sure how much space I'm gonna need for, well, they might be okay. I don't think there's a way for us to do this. No, I don't think, yeah, I don't think there's a way for us to just from so we take it from the back. I guess what we need to change is the outputs, right? Yeah, if we don't take it from the back, then it has to come from the front or the side, and we need those. So, yeah, okay. We'll just keep that structure and just have 2 of them pretty much identical. So, this is our merge line, so it's going to hit a splitter straight away. And then so as long as we're in front of this line, then we're good for this monstrosity. The issue is going to be spacing. I think if we just move this to the front, we might be okay. So that's our... Oops, let's actually do it right. Line it up correctly would be good. Of course, you're there. You're not. We can just rotate it when we need to. So let's try start from in front of here. That would mean we could actually... We'll build the left-hand one first. We'll build... So it takes pretty much a whole foundation, right? Foundation in a bit. So let's put you here. Then we're gonna want you facing that way, you facing... You must be this way or something. You must be that way, is that right? Makes you that way, is that correct? Wait, the entrance is on the right, but that one's correct, this top one's not. So we would have you. That's 1. Then we had you go directly, you went you to the top, and then we used the front. No, we used... But how are you connected? I used the back for that as well. Okay, so we have one of you facing the back. I guess, the direction that we want the input. The opposite of the input? I don't think it really matters, does it? Where the top one be? Is it you or our line back? Let me show an output, which means that you are an input on the third row. It's a shame I can't rotate them without deleting. I would love to be able to do that. So you're on the third row, and then this top one has it on the right. And I don't think there's any reason it couldn't be on either side, to be perfectly honest. So let's just do... Let's do it on the left anyway. So if that's correct, that needs to go there. That needs to go there. That needs to go there. Oh, yeah, the input could have been either side, so it doesn't actually matter. And then we'll take this as our input from wherever our splitter ends up being, which seems like it's going to be somewhere around here, maybe facing that way, so that we can slap our thing on it. And then we grab our stacks conveyor. We probably can just do some cheeky... Can you get into there straight away? Perfect. We doing something? We don't use you. We need to use... So it's 4 left. We can get away with 3. So we can see if you can get down here. You can. No, you can't. Can any of you? I mean, this would be actually this would be a much easier connection to make. And then you can connect. How far do you need to go? There's our minimum, so we can bring you all forward just slightly to there. Then it's 2. You don't get used. Straight and go up. And then you can come to... We don't need 4, we can just use what we have. Okay, so you can go there. That means we can go using straight. Bring the structure forward. So maybe we just bring partial structure forward. Connect you through like here. But then you would have this weird angle, wouldn't you? You would come straight down and possibly clip, sort of. So we would want to do something like... that work? Sort of. We could do this and that. Monstrosity, but it'll work. Okay, so that's 1 down. Then we'd want a second line of burners, which I'm, of course, missing some materials. And then we build the same thing again. Let's build the burners first. That'll make it a lot easier to work out our required spacing. Don't think we could really... Oh, actually we could. Shit. We could go to 10 burners pretty easy. By just splitting. Didn't think about that. These are each balanced, so a splitter on each of these lines would actually work fine. So we could even do a three-way split of what we have there, rather than doing it here. Which would make you a bit of a pain, but there's no reason we couldn't. Which would actually mean that each of these would just need a single splitter per 3, like this. Then do something like this. And that would need to connect in to something, right? So that would be balanced. That's way better. Let's do that. So then it would give us a bit of an awkward situation with these, but we can split into 5 groups of 3 or something. The second one just here. Oh no, fucked up. Back these. And you would connect into something, but we're not sure what. This is a problem now, is we have this straggler. So maybe we do put the stackable here, just the one. The low one here. How's that look? The real problem with these stackable ones is the direction you start from is really important. That's going to cause some horrid clipping, so let's go this way. So you can't just like, if I start a click here, I can't plug it into an output because it thinks the belt's going the opposite direction, which is slightly annoying because really it could have just flipped the belt because I obviously want to connect to an output, but it is what it is. You, and then that is now 2 balanced outputs. So that would actually mean we have a very nice opportunity here to do something like this. Hopefully this fits. Do this backwards. You go to that end just as we had before, more or less, and what I will sneaky do is crash our whole power supply. Oh wow, there's actually not that much fuel on there right now. I'll have to go get some more. Fuse will blow any second. There it is, and then we can just... actually, it's going to be weird because it's not going to actually use... that's right, I think we'll lose 1 or 2 biofuel into the system. Actually, I need a little bit of that for myself. And then we just go cut down some stuff and come back. Oh, shit, no, I definitely need the boomstick. Okay. Let's go to the river. Oh, sorry. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I'm doing good. Let's build. What's up with you? I do bounce around, so I tend to stick to the sort of chill, more management factory games. But yeah, I don't stick to just one game. It'll be this for a while though. I think it's going to take me a long time to get this factory to where I want it to be. I did actually have someone else coming in promoting Arts June. It was more common than I realized. That size wood. And this size leaves. It's not the factory. Why is that backing up like that? That should be flowing freely. This goes here, and then that should... We never go below, do we? What's causing the backup? Yeah, that should be flowing freely. Why isn't it? Well, I guess I have a problem now where... Maybe I should make a moderator. I mean, I'm not very big and I don't get a lot of chats, so it's fine at the moment. Oh, connection's a good start. Let's do that. Yeah, let's go this way. What do we got? Why is that backing up though? Oh, actually I totally know why it's backing up. I'll take it back. It's not designed to handle full belt, which is actually a mistake, which means I will need to redesign this when I hit 15. Actually, I'll just do some math to work out what the actual capacity limit is. We just need enough to make sure that the factories, the biofuel burners we have, aren't going to be starved. So I think these take 4 per minute. So I think it's 20 would be the hard cap. We'll just double check that. No, wait, that is 15. Hold on, 15. It's alright, I'll deal with it later then. There needs to be 2 mergers, 1 on each of these, but just bring you down and we can possibly put them on the side. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that's... I've got 1 more factory out of that, but I have the capacity to add a lot more. It would just be a bad idea. What's going on here? Why aren't you guys running? Oh, you are. It's just that this is... I see, it's all backed up. And I should steal a little bit more biofuel. Just gotta really stock this up because it's gonna start chewing through it in a minute. Oof. I should consider setting up mycelia as a source of biofuel as well. I've never really had that much, this much in a game before. Because normally I play on like grasslands or something where you don't get... Well, you don't have the cacti, which gives you the mycelia. I didn't know until I did this playthrough, but it's cool. No, naughty. Okay, that's enough murder for the time being. We can put that back in the flow. We're only running at half capacity on power anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And then we go back to the tower, or what will eventually be a tower. I haven't fully worked out how I'm going to get up and down the tower yet either. That could be a real problem. So wood, leaf. I'm getting a lot of mycelia. I suppose I could at some point just rejig the leaf one to take mycelia, just to burn through whatever stocks I end up with. Okay, where was I? We'll keep these running for now, and I'll steal your copper in a bit. For the time being, we shall. This is a spine. Can we use this spine? Maybe we could use this space, but it's a little bit close to the elevator, really. Do some switchbacks. That might be the way to do it. So that's 5 up right now. If we 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. No, it's 9. Should put the center there. So we could grab a 4-meter ramp. A bit of a trick getting this where I need it. One. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, this is just what happens. This is my game at the moment. Constantly running out of stuff. We should hopefully have built up quite a supply of concrete. Perfect. So then we go back to the ramp. Not that way. So we did take 2 for switchbacks is the problem. We can't move in, so we'd have to go this way. There. Come on, come on. Not that complicated. But that could be a way up for now. We can just sort of use this for a little bit. Okay, so we now have this level here. Oh yes, I have the things I got. So let's put them in. We'll go start in the middle and make our way. No, we should start at one end. At least, who knows? The tower's going to get weird. So we will... I will put this on the bar when I find it. 6. So we'll keep this line clear, and then we'll set the first one here. And then what I want to do is just sort of put one spacing and then there. So that you can go there, one spacing, there, and that is what I wanted to dedicate to. That's the structure I want for our vertical lines. This way. So if I'm right, I should be able to do something like this. It should connect up. going to be a lot, hopefully more than, like, I need to sort of make space for the future. Oh, that was right, wasn't it? That was one, and that was there, which actually puts this one out of place. And so when we want to put something on a line, we can actually slap a merger on. Can be a little bit annoying to place, but I'm pretty sure you can nudge them. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Or you can do something like cheeky, like this. Place it there. That high, okay. That could be it. That could be an in. And that's probably what I will do. Of course, it's only producing 60 right now, so it's very, very slow. That would make that an iron in, and then we can probably end up with some belt clipping, but it should work. Did it on both sides. We should end up with a lot of upward belts, and it will turn into a massive spine / bus, which we pretty much never use in Satisfactory. It's more of a Factorio thing, but it'll work. I promise that much. So I think we'll hold those for now. That'll go to 120. So I think what we can do is we will maybe put a second one here. And we will go across the. Actually, where would the next line be? It would be to keep the same pattern. Just one in, isn't it? So it would be like there. And there, I think that lined perfectly. Which put, yeah. So if we were to connect you in here, we need to go like this. The fuck height is that? Oh, that's fine. We can put you. Oh, I could do better, couldn't I? No, let's just be slightly imperfect. It's okay. None of that. Default, please. I might be better to rotate this forward. Don't know which of these it connects to, so I have to be thinking both. Then you can hook up. Wait a minute, it should work. Go this way. And why does this look better than this one? Ah, whatever. That'll work. Okay, so we now potentially 2 lines dedicated to iron so far. There might add more later, but for now that's enough. So that's iron, and this is going to be a copper floor. So we'll do the exact same thing with copper. How big was this? That's right, just right. So, and it's back from here, so it's, oh goodness, where do I even start it? It's so difficult to do this line for, actually there is a way to do this line for line. Which is this, you nudge it inside, you nudge it up. And we do the same thing on the other. So they should be exactly above the other smelters. So we're going to change this merge though to face this way. They can go that way, they can go that way, they can go that way. Is that lined up? It is, right? only have 23 of these, but fine. Oh, those are supposed to be Mark 2. Mark 2. And these are Mark 1. Alright. Nice. Let's do the back end now. The splitters, they'll be pushing towards the middle. But this can get kind of funky, is that we should probably use these as well. So we'll put can now put this straight down, so it's this corner, same spot. So I think we can do this. Oh, it's out of line. Might be okay. There, and then down here, this will change slightly so that it pulls. Just do this one little tiny little piece. That should fix that, and then we're going to need one right next to it to send copper up. This case might end up on the roof for... Oh, actually, sorry, copper's from this side. It'll be the other side that'll need the roof. Don't miss. Again, missed. With these there. One in the middle, yep, cool. That should let us collect copper at the top, and of course it's extensible, so we can just keep adding more and more of them as we need, or as we get more sources of iron. Of course, we might also end up bypassing the smeltery entirely and do something like bring in trains or whatever with iron ingots and do it off-site rather than doing it all on site. Let's go take a look at how many reinforced iron plates I've managed to accumulate over this period, because it's been slowly ticking away there. Oh, that's a fair few. Maybe we can already do some upgrades. Looks like what are we low on? We're low on iron rods. Let's get some of those. We're a little bit low on iron plates as well, so we can delete you and I think you for now. And that should do us for a little bit more building. Okay, what have we got? Right, I think next step we need to just come up here, but what we really need is to feed copper in. So let's put down, there's another copper node just here, so we'll feed that, we'll put a miner on that, get it hooked up, get it sending all the way to the factory. Production, miner mark 1, we'll just ship it this way. I think we have enough Mark 2 to just do it. And we can hook it right next to other, although it's pretty much impossible to get a really clean looking curve mode. Best attempt is always to just put the actual structures next to each other. We'll set this to Mark 2, bring it down, set you there, and then we can just Mark 2 you there. So if we power this, we should now have a significant amount of copper going up. We can just steal from you for now. All right. Upper level, isn't it? I'll get a lift at some point, and that'll make this a lot easier to get around. So these still need power. This needs to be Mark 1, 2 rather, that needs to be Mark 2. That needs to be Mark 2. That can be Mark 2 now. And then it's just power. It's the same thing where we're just going to put a power spike or power spine off centered here, run it through the middle. This is where the wall becomes quite useful. Go like here, it'll hook you down into there. Okay, so those should be hooked up now. And we should start seeing some copper come through. Oh, as soon as I put the right recipe on, that'd be smart. Put on these as well. Okay, so is the copper ore here yet? Sure is. That's great, perfect. Next step, it's got 4 more levels. It actually should be 5, I think. Is that what I did for this? It was 5, right? Yes, this is on the 5th level, okay. 1, soup. Let's delete this. Put you where you should be, which is here. And then it's 3 down. Oh, I cannot see which way that's facing. Let's put you here, and then just sneaky. 1, 2, 3, then you put 2 to the side. Wait, am I wrong? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I gotta be the other way. I gotta be, I don't have a plan for this. I thought it would be 1, 2. How did this work? 1, 2, which would mean it's actually a... That can't be right. Or is it? Maybe it is right. But I'd want... Oh, this is definitely backwards. I'd want you to be able to just keep running, so it would be formula ramp 1, 2. Because that does work, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Feels weirdly off center though if we have it too wide. How does that work for a 9? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, why does this 1, 2, 3, 4? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Math ain't math, and I don't understand what's going on here, but whatever. Not that important. Might tear it down and do like a again, I definitely want a lift, and I'll probably maybe do a catwalk stair instead, because you can do them inside a single foundation, or like 2 foundations or something. Okay, so that's the next floor. Now there's a question about, because next up we're going to start doing some constructor floors for sure. So I suppose there's a question here now about whether we do something like concrete or whether we start doing iron products first. I think it might be better to do concrete because we're so low down that we still have to bring in resources from outside. So it's going to be important. All right, that's fine, June. See you around. Have a good day. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you around. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine, right? There, okay. Those are iron. This will be copper. So for this to work, we'd need to come across to, again, like here. Maybe we stack it. It's the same problem as before, isn't it? Gotta put you, I think, here. 2, 3. You go there, and then some space in between. Yes, that should now link up with no dramas. Hey, Lord T. Get rid of that, can't we? Okay. Right, next up is going to be concrete. Which means that we're getting back here and we can For each line of 120, we need three constructors, basically. So, like so. I think we'll place it slightly back. We're halfway through that there. The concrete recipe will consume a full 120 belt. And that's all it takes. That really? Okay, we're fine. We'll do the same thing on the other side, lined up. Up. Just have a little bit of breathing room. That's actually all we need for this layer right now. Then it's the same structure where we want to split facing inwards, so we're two sides. And this way, this way, this way. We know of two inputs we can take. This is going to be probably more concrete than we'll need. Like once we get the full production going. Because honestly, like you do need a lot of concrete. Like you do. For building, it's critical. But realistically, like you do hit upper limits on how much you can actually consume because very few recipes use concrete. So it's not a big deal to have, like it's such a bottleneck early, but it's a bottleneck that resolves crazy quickly. Like it's solved and then you pretty much never need to solve it again. Until you get to actually encase industrial beams, but then even then there are different recipes which are a lot better. Okay, so same structure where we are going to hook you up there. You're our central spine. You come this way. You sit here. I might send you straight down. Okay. So the floor's ready. I've just got to plug it in with actual resources, which is going to be a whole thing. Our inputs, this is going to be a bit of a weird one. Maybe we turn this around. Our inputs are coming from the same side at the moment, so we'll actually do it from this way. We will stack, actually do the Mark II, we're going to stack a Mark II conveyor here. Instead of running through, we can do sneaky stuff like we take you, run to about here, and up we go. Then we can delete the pole, it's not actually necessary. Okay, so that's how we'll get things in. We can run two lines from over here. Which will be, maybe we'll set you here, you here, you can just go straight with this. Oh shit. So if we go this way, how does that look? That looks better. That's gonna be a little bit askew, but it should work. So that would work, and then we'd go down and funnel it through. It sucks, but it exists. It's what it is. There. We hook you in the Mark II. Down again. Where this gets a little bit weird is that we also want to take lines off of our production into storage. I mean, not so much for the copper ore, like who gives a copper bars, who gives a fuck, but for concrete, I definitely do. So I need to find a way. We're currently going to be making Oh, actually, this is doable. This is only going to be like 90 per minute. We can do that off one belt, no problem. Maybe we can probably link these together, chuck it on a chuck it into a storage, and then just put it onto one of the bus lines. So let's do that. So if we point this, it's a merger that way. This is not too close, is it? Should be fine. And then we'll actually keep the merger going in the same direction. Or finally face. I'll keep going this way. We will, if we expand, we will need to do some annoying shit, but it'll be fine. So this will need to be out of plates. Hold on, 1 second, 1 second. I should have a few more reinforced iron plates stocked up. Ooh, a few, but not a crazy amount. I need to build a ramp on this side. I've only got the one. I keep running up by the power and jumping over it. What's the point? Okay, so we had a plan here, and it needs to be Mark II, unfortunately, despite relatively, like, it's not a full belt, but we still need to go for the, we still need it. Okay, that's fine. We'll loop it around into storage container like here. Actually, this needs to be a different spot. We need to probably hold this closer because we need a split as well. So, I definitely want this to be central. Ish. I don't want it right there. That'd be a bit rude. Although, it would look pretty good. It's going to come up and take from there, but eventually I'm just going to slap a dimensional depot on top, so it won't really matter. We'll put you there, and then we're going to split that. Eventually I'll smart split it, but we aren't there yet. Don't be like that. Fine, I'll do it this way. Splitter. Okay, that's going to be too close. I think that would be fine. And then we'll take a split. Before finally, so that's taken. These four are taken, so I think we'll add in possibly another line here, and then we'll put it on here when we go up. But for now, it'll just pump it all into the storage container anyway, so that's fine. Let's hook up some limestone. These are all on, so, and I've got you down to how far? Yes, that far. I just don't hook them to the ground. That's all good. So let's bring it down to the ground. And we will take from our current setup. So we'll start moving that across. Yeesh, we're going to have to swap to Mark 1 for a little while. So it's going to be worse, like markedly worse, at least for a little bit. But we can tear this down, reclaim a few resources, and just start destroying the temporary factory until we're good to go on the, well, basically until the whole tower's up. Because this is only here to support starting this. Everything's going to be in there and it's going to slowly grow. I definitely won't tear down oh wow, there's a lot built up now. Take all of that, dismantle you. So I definitely won't tear down this setup until we're ready with a replacement. It doesn't it's going to be such a hassle just constantly making reinforced iron plates if we can avoid it. So, it's so expensive. One more. There it is. So that should make this all run now. Oh no, that feels slow. Okay, we need 15 more. I take it back. Well, that's fine. That'll just tick along. I guess what we can do in the meantime is just, while this is now working, is just keep building up. So I think now that we have concrete, we can start working on moving iron plates, because we do have a separate supply of both iron and copper at the moment. So we don't need to destroy this factory yet, but once we have this set up in here, I'll tear that down and plumb it in, because we have twice the capacity in the tower right now. So let's build 5 more up. So this need to go here. Hey Amelia, how are you? Two. There we go. Next layer, let's go. Yeah, my day's going pretty good. I mean, always a good day when Satisfactory is involved, right? Like, 4, 5? Fuck. And then more. I think that's all we need for this layer. How many layers back does this go? 3? Maybe 1 more? Ooh, we're hitting problems. That's good to hear. What attracted you to the? Are you a big Satisfactory fan, or what attracted you to the stream? Not long. Only actually like maybe a couple of weeks. I'm just playing games, you know how it is. I did this anyway, so I thought I'd stream it and just see you showed up. We can line this up. Wait, this is just lined up. Oh wait, I still will line it up on the. Line you up on the outer. No, wait. Reinforced iron plates. It's a classic problem. That's frustrating. That's enough iron plates to finish this to Mark II, but I need it. I definitely need it for the constructors more than I need it for the concrete right now. So we can wait. Nothing in particular. Again, like I do watch streamers and I do enjoy streamers, and I definitely want to try my hand at content creation. So I'm playing the games anyway. So I thought I'd start filming it, and then I'm going to make some videos out of this as well. So I'm currently recording this to my computer. I already started editing the first part of this particular little challenge, and it's a very different tone to what my stream is, but it's fine, right? That should be where I need it to be. Again, I haven't streamed many games yet, but I think because I've only done this and I streamed Librarian as well, which was a nice chill game. I just like chill games, so I'll probably be playing those sorts of things. Because it's a lot easier to chat as well when you're not so bombarded by like fast-moving things and don't need to focus as hard. That should be there, or out. That will be there, there, and this will be on the outside edge. So each of these... No, it's just as a hobby right now. I mean, there's no way I make enough money to stream full-time off of one viewer, so... It's no big deal, though. Let's see, that's up. The math seriously ain't mathing for me on this. Is it just not the center? It's 4 sides, so this is the center. So why do we need the extra one? Oh, I probably don't. I probably brought this in. Or have I? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Right. You're the third person in 2 weeks who's made that offer. Yes, it's a splitter. Okay. Let's do a shitty version first. We can upgrade later. Yeah, again, a lot of people have made that exact same offer, so it's not something I'm really looking for at the moment because I'm still not sure what my brand is gonna be. So I don't want to like lock into anything, or even I'd much rather it just run a little bit bare and rough for a while and then let a more emergent sort of almost personality form before I start creating custom assets and the like. Go here, that should be pretty much straight above that one. Okay, so these not build power. I'm not too sure I've done the right math on this. Actually, we need a fourth for this layer, so that's cool. Just need to go there. This side I think can support it already. Iron plates, every time, man, every time. I'm actually not sure if you can build a tower above the space elevator. That'd be interesting. We've tried. I don't see why you couldn't, but maybe that's... I know there's like an upper limit where you just start dying, so... We'll see if that starts happening to me. I'm not even sure what barrel nuts are used for. Like, I know they're there. I think you can eat them, but they're not very good food, so I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I just die like a champion. Who needs healing? This one we take from here. We can actually link this up too. So those are our input lines. Which is an interesting one. So we need to build the floor above for this to work as well, but we can just put a placeholder in. So it's all hooked up. That's sort of hooked up. Oh, we're building a fourth. That's all we're doing. So we flip up. There we go. There we go. Wait, I was doing a shitty version, wasn't I? None of these are marked too. So we can now gotta connect them to these lines here. So let's build the next floor, the start of the next floor, just so we can have somewhere to put the conveyor. That's what we need for right now. It's a lot harder to place below, I find. It's for no particular reason, it just is. So we'll do this twice. And then what we need to do is somehow get it to each side. So I think we'll put a splitter on. We'll do the sizing just so I know how high to go. So this needs to be a splitter, this goes here, this can be removed. So I think what we're going to do is keep it at that height, just for a little bit. then we'll come around here and maybe poke it up straight into a... That should work. Although you're not hooked up. Oh, you aren't. That would explain a lot. Oh. Oh, shit. I goofed. Not that line. It is a different one. That sucks. How bad is this thing? Oh, not too bad. Actually means you... No, it'll work. So we have the front one at about this high. It'd be like that. Wait, what? Oh, it's a merger, not a splitter. That's why. What do you mean two? Don't be like that. Okay. Now let's see what my problem is. It's the fact that this isn't hooked up through. What is going on there? Who fucking knows, to be honest? You should just connect though. Why don't you? Oh, I think I see the problem. This is a classic Satisfactory problem. The splitter needs to be deleted now too. You'll probably need to be deleted. We have to go bottom to top, otherwise it's going to do this weird thing where the direction you click is the direction that the elevator actually goes into, so it won't. You just can't connect. So it's like connecting two different lines, but in like going different directions into each other. So it's unfortunate, but it is how it is. Just split here and replace this line, unfortunately, but that should work. Let's see if anything's moving up the line right now, and if there's any broken. What's going on here? You appear to be broken. Why aren't you... Oh no, it's not broken. It's there. It's just not continuing. And this is what I was worried about working with specifically conveyor belts, is they sorry, the conveyor lifts, is they can do this weird thing where there's really nothing visually wrong with them. Like you can't tell what's gone wrong. They just are wrong. They're just broken. Come on, we can make it. Right. There's also this weird thing where the ghost doesn't actually match the direction it spawns in. So if we do this, no. Okay, that appears to have worked. Let's go up and see if it continues through. Please say yes. Yes, there it is. Okay, that's great. That should then continue onwards, slowly but surely. We'll just see it go up this layer as well. Yes. How are you doing? Wait, are you? You should be working. Why are you? Did I send it down the wrong line? Or do something simple like not connect them to the merges. That would do it. Slowly but surely, it's rising. Great, it's gone nice and high now, and then that should back up, and this should just continue with the full output onto the belt. This is what we want to see. Which means, why are you ready? Do we not have your recipe? No, no power. That's my mistake. Okay, so we should now start getting iron plates coming in, and we might do the same thing where maybe we'll start sending them up this side. Keep them central, but just on this actual point. So I don't need to send them down actually, so maybe I'll start deleting these lower ones, so I don't actually need them yet. But we have, let's see, just over a belt of iron plate, I think. So this would be 2468, we need 160, so it's more than we could actually send on a single belt. It would be, we only really want the single belt though, to be honest. I don't think we need any more than that. So we will send it on a single belt rather than two, at least for now. And we may eventually upgrade that. So we'll reserve the belt behind it just in case. But yeah, it doesn't need more than what we have. So we'll do this. We'll do this. I'm going to change this merger here to face forward. And again, you give me this too steep nonsense. Maybe we can bring you down, but maybe we can bring you down just like, nope. Oh, moves the whole thing. I thought it just moved the... This would be here. Here, up like this. This at the right height. It won't connect, I don't think. Or does it? Or will it connect? I don't think it will, but we can always just replace that in a minute. So let's just mark that mentally in our head. It's something we need to keep an eye on. Put a Mark 2 here, Mark 2 here, and then Mark 2 belt across. We may even start upgrading these lines now that I've had a bit of a chance to run. So what we should hopefully see is they go up the chain, but there is no guarantee. They don't, yeah, that's not surprising in the least. So we'll put that there, and then we can replace... Actually, that might have worked. I might not have needed to do that. Oh, materials, not a problem with... Is that now working as we expect? Sure is. Okay, so we're now buying plates. Oh, what I forgot to do, and what I really should have done before all of this, and I've screwed this up now too. We will actually send it out rather than in, because we want to put it into a storage before we dedicate ourselves to go that way. It's fine. Yeah, put it in storage before we send it onto the bus. So we'll put a storage container just here. You're going to need we'll put a splitter directly in front of it. So you can run straight to the splitter, and the splitter can run into default should work, and that can run into our thing here. So okay, so what's now happening is that all the iron, which is now backed up, we have to replace this. Okay, and that's now working correctly. Perfect. And that should all just hopefully work out without any drama whatsoever. I'm just going to double check on our fuel supply because haven't looked in a while. 50, okay, that's not too bad. I don't have any stuff on me, do I? No, we're still good. And that's out of biomass, so yeah, it is what it is. Actually, I will double check my reinforced because it's such a bottleneck right now, so I better solve it. And we have that one little piece here that needs to be upgraded. Now I think this whole thing should start moving significantly faster. To the point of being a full belt rather than this half belt nonsense. Okay, cool. Oops. So that should be fine. Okay, so we now have iron plates on the line. Next up, we can actually delete all of these. I don't think we'll be sending them down again. We can leave the holes, I guess, because they don't really do anything, but we can... Yeah, we just don't need the actual lifts until I suppose we activate them. And with these, they actually aren't doing anything. It's going to make reasoning about what's going on a lot simpler too, to be honest. Because then we won't have empty lines, they'll either have something on them or they won't. And if they're there, that means they're being used. So that's all good. This is our concrete, which we never put on a line. Okay, so we'll put concrete here. That was the plan, I think. So we need to put some holes in the ground. I think it's there and there. And we should put you there and there. So we can, again, same thing with concrete. We will hold the one behind it so that we can we use it for different... Actually, don't think it's meant to be able to do that. Yeah. Although we could... Oh no, there's a conveyor belt. Conveyor merges are weird, so you can't like nudge them. So look at it, but if I nudge it, I can't place it. So that's kind of shit. So we have to do this weird thing where we take a lift, which connected. That won't have connected, so we have to do it this way, and then this should all work out. This should work out. I hope. Yeah. So are you Mark 2 or Mark 1? You're Mark 1 right now. But I think that's fine. We're not doing anything with it, so until we can get all, we just don't. We'll work on throughput soon, but we don't need it right now. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is, we're now going to build up yet another floor. This is our center point. So we just came up from here, which means that you will start here for 2. There for 2. And here for 3. Which puts you there. There as well. So this is our center point, which is good. I guess it's, I know what's the problem is, because we've got 5. Yeah, okay. Are you in one? Is that why it's not whatever? So, that's our center point. That's our space elevator. And then we're going to want to build this out even more. Wait, they should be here. They should be there and there, I think. But that puts you in the wrong spot. What's going on here? Oh, they're just in the wrong spot. Is that why? Oh, of course we're in the wrong spot. It's because that was our first attempt at placing the thingamabobs. So we have a used one there. We have a used one here. These are both technically used at some point. Are you even connected? I don't think you're. What's going on there? Maybe you are connected, but that looks wrong. I'll look above and see if there's like a primed little thing. Oh, what if I do this? That does not surprise me. That looks so wrong. The upper connection. It's like stop short. Why would it do that? Why would you do that? Ah, classic little bug. I don't know if it's like random or if it has like a. We keep it in the same one. That's left. That's left. That's behind. It's left. Let's try this way. Yeah, it seems to be basically random. I think we can't go the other way. It just sort of clips through, so we have to start. Oh, there we go. Phew. Okay. Exactly as we intended. Does this pass through? It does. Great. That's working now, and now we want to go onto another layer, which is our next layer is going to be probably iron rods. Why is there so few? Oh, is it because of the ones they split to fill? That makes sense. So let's position something. Okay, right. We're centering it on the one anyway, so we'll just set it there. Page up until we hit the point we want to hit. Too high, too low, just right. So for iron rods, I think it's 4 again, because these are, yeah, except it will fill a belt. So we can copy these settings, and paste them along, and then this should just be here, but aligned to the... Yeah, okay. Got it. We wanted the same thing where we centralize the... I really need blueprints, but I think they're locked behind phase 1, annoyingly. So this will be my life for a little while, just doing this manually. So split. We're taking from the back, from the front anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We just split centrally because that's just what we do. And the other way. still don't really have the supply of... Oh, what the fuck? We don't really have the supply of reinforced plates to start Mark IIing all of this just yet, but we will get there before too long. I do want to get some... we're a little way away from this, but as soon as I get smart splitters, I'm going to start doing some prioritization of our lines so that we can do things like have every single factory consume the entire supply of a particular item, and then actually attempt to throttle the factory constantly rather than having it running at 100% efficiency all the time, which isn't always the most popular way of playing it. It can have its problems where, because you assume that the factory is going to back up, that if it doesn't back up for any particular reason, then you can starve out lower priority items, which I tend to have like the really complex items be lower priority, which is pretty bad. But it's solvable, right? You can just increase your throughput of particular items until they are able to back up. That's the wrong spot. There. Okay, we've taken us back to our magic little spot just here. I think that should be directly above. Yeah. Double check these are all iron rods. Yeah, cool. Cool. And we'll run iron rods right next to iron plates. So we will merge to this way. Yep, that's fine. Let's do Mark 1 for now. Turn it around, turn it around. Let's not forget to do that this time. I need to check down. I don't. No, we saw iron plates go up the thing, right? So it should be okay. I don't think I forgot to plug them in. So we default. Now we go to Zoop. Nice. I think this is actually meant to be 1 over. No, that can't be right. Are you really aligned? Oh, you aren't. Actually wider there than the lower parts. That'll be interesting. Okay, so we have 444, so these are each doing 120. We just have to link in our... Oh wait, I goofed. It's just... Nope, 1 over, there we go. There, there. 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 I think we have an active there as well. So, I would make this the active one. This would be the inactive one that we want to put something into. It's too close. That should be there. So if we stick that up there, we'll again do this interesting little, just see how high I need to put the splitter or the merger rather. So that'll go there. That won't be connected, so we're gonna have to do this. That's connected now. Let's get a storage container, slap it up against our merger. Get a splitter just so we can split. Oops, that's facing the wrong way. Yep, that should be fine. Link, link. Let's go the other way. That should now be linked up there. We just haven't got any iron coming in right now. So we should hook you up. So we're going to steal from the same iron line that the plates are taking from. And again, just for now, assume that they're going to back up. Later on, we may do some, what do you call it, the compressors, so that we can basically make sure that everything is going on to try to fill the line. Keep filling this one line. That's probably actually correct. I think that's taking it from... That's a merger that we did to a splitter. It doesn't like me doing. So let's go splitter, do that. And we will feed just the one side for now. Ooh, I'm running out of iron plates. Only we knew where to get some. Wow, that's filling up fast. I guess it helps when it's not pulling from the... Well, it's taking the entire supply, I think helps, and it's not pulling, it's not dedicating any into reinforced iron plating production at the moment. So let's do this. We've come quite a long way with this. Over there. We'll set up entry just there. We can hook it up with straight. So that should start iron rod production. You should be funneling up, shouldn't you? Wonder which one is broken. Let's see if that continues onwards. Good, good. Let the hate flow through. Have we forgotten anything basic? No. Right, these are all starting. Perfect. Nothing to complain about there. Okay, so I think we want to move on to our copper lines now. So there's really two resources we want to make here, which is, well, cable. We never really want to make wire. We don't want to put wire on a bus because it's more dense than copper ore is more dense than wire itself. So we're much better off. We're much better off shipping the copper raw and making the wire on the floors that need it rather than creating wire and shipping that, because we're effectively half capacity on what we're able to do with wires. Do they run out of fuel? Yeah, okay. That's my bad. I need to go and chop some things down. It is desperate. I'm desperate to get to coal power because then I can properly scale. Because while I still rely on this, on biofuel, it means like there's an upper limit to how much I can really produce things. and it's really bottlenecked by power more than anything. So I can't just like infinitely add more and more stuff at the top because I need my labor is involved in actually running things and keeping things running. So there is a point where your factory is so big that you can dedicate all your time to collecting biofuel just to keep the damn thing running. I really want to avoid that. It would be quite hard to do. It'd be quite a big factory for that to really be an issue. And quite a lot of biofuel bonus. As you can see, you can produce quite a lot of biofuel quite quickly, especially from wood and cutting down trees. And again, we haven't touched on mycelia yet, which is going to be great for biofuel if I chose to use it. It's one of the second to, I think, wood. So it's wood, mycelia, then leaves is the worst source of biofuel. But I typically don't use mycelia. I don't know, part of me, like, because I know it can be used for fabric, I don't use it for fuel. But also, like, you don't need that much fabric in the game. Like, I've got the one sort of fabric thing I need, which is, well, the big one is the parachute. But I suppose later on you do need fabric for the gas masks. But we're not there yet. There's a lot of stuff in the way and stuff I'm not building in the factory that I need to do before I'll be able to do that. Milestones to unlock, etc, 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 etc. About to run out of our own fuel, so go do a little bit by hand just to bootstrap the system. It's a shame they don't have like a wheel I can turn just to keep things running, you know. There we go, out of fuel. So let's go and make a little bit of solar biofuel just so I can get the factory started. And we'll use that to produce more biofuel. So I'd probably need, we have 6 machines. Let's try and get like, well, at least 2 per machine, but maybe more like 5 per machine just to be safe. That should be enough for the factory to get on its feet. So if we're gonna do this, we may as well start making use of the mycelia. Oh, inventory space, that's the whole thing. There we go. We can start putting some stuff away. That'll be okay for now, actually. Oh, it's got me again. That's enough, right? Yeah, that'll be enough. I'll pack up the extra biofuel. This is why I put the chest in the flow, because it's just a lot easier to be able to basically insert fuel into the system without having to go into individual machines. Be like, hey, this is, you know, you need this, you need this, you need this. So, and then if we put, so the right hand I'm pretty sure is wood, and left hand is leaves. Although we could think about converting it over into mycelia. I'm not sure what rate this comes through. I thought it would have been like, 50. Like, I thought it would cap to like 50, but it seems to be capping much lower than that, right? Like maybe in half, because what should happen is this is a merger. So the problem it's having is it needs to give way to this line here, which is coming from here. So actually, oh, it's a lot worse because it's getting effectively half. So it is halved because of this, but once this gets pushed through, it will go to 50. Right, I get it. What's happening is it's going in there, it's going straight to there, right? The merger does go straight to there. This splits into here and here, but this isn't connected to anything. So half of what goes there comes straight back into the merger. So it's throttling it by half. But it should only throttle by a fifth eventually, or a sixth. Once all the lines are hooked on. That's still a problem because we actually want the full throughput, and I'll redesign the. If we get to that point before we get to coal power, I'll redesign the splitter so that we can just make use of that. A full throughput. You just need 2 mergers instead of the one at the start. So you split then merge, but we're merging and splitting, which is a way you create bottlenecks. Do we have walls yet? Yeah, I thought we would. Let's put you on 7. How many plates have we got? Because these are plates and we actually quite a lot. And I should really start. Zoop it though. Just start putting in like corners or something just to give the tower a little bit of substance, you know? Where is this failing? Same thing, man. Is it so busted? Are we lucky? We're not lucky. Yeah, we're lucky. Wait. Yeah, we're lucky. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Still really busted though. I don't know what's going on with them. There is actually a world where I just clip. Just don't even worry with the holes. Because they are buggy. But I think that a lot of the problems happen around splitters and mergers. So like, as long as you're just going through, it's usually not a problem. Okay, so that's not connected, so that's not expected to come through. Are you connected? Are you connected? You are only sort of connected. It's like there, but it's not. It's there, but it's not, you know? I think I'll get in the habit of rebuilding these top conveyors as soon as I place the splitter on them, which is a real crying shame. There is actually a world eventually where I'm going to possibly want to do up and down on the conveyors, which is completely possible. Maybe not. I think I'll try hard to try and keep basic recipes lower on the tower, so we only need to send them up. But there is a world where like you might just need some more, especially when you unlock alternates. You just need some more advanced materials lower down the tower. Come on. That seems about right. Should go one down, do it there too. But there's enough. I might need to eventually start doing pure recipes, which will use refineries. Refineries are very tall, so I'm not sure I've actually got space to do that. But I suppose, again, it's possibly just do that off site. And bring stuff in rather than, yeah. If we were to be cheeky about it, this is going to look a bit weird from the outside because of the southern jut out, but it's also kind of the vision I was going for. Weird tower which just keeps getting fatter and thinner just for no discernible reason. I need to get the roof parts because then I can just roof out and just run a line of roofs there, but at the moment I don't have it, so we'll see. But I think it's fine for now. This will eventually, I'll probably enclose this all in glass or something at some point. Really make a show of the space elevator. Okay, so where did we get to? We did... Yeah, we got our steel. Copper is, I think, successfully running up the tower now. Yep, looks like it. And then we're into... should be concrete, which I hope is now... No, this is iron. No, this is iron plates, so we're done concrete. And that should be running up the tower. And it is. So what we're missing is we have to go to the next level. Yay! Yay! I think what I should have done is just ignored... yeah. So I should actually bring these, just all hold them on this middle. So I should actually redo a lot of these because it's currently centered here. I should just center it here. We just have this giant staircasey thing. I think I'll need to rebuild them. I probably will rebuild them into actual staircases at some point. So we'll just live with it for now, but something to keep in mind. Okay, so this layer, we said we were doing copper. So let's do copper. And we said we're not going to do wire, so, or we are going to do wire rather, but we're going to do it in support of cable. Which is a weird one to try and tile. So normally what I'd want to do is I'd want to have a lot of... I'd want to do all the wire and feed it into all the cable. But I think to make it expandable and tileable, that's not going to be so easy. There. Oh, that was my mistake. We should have just... I think that's still fine. We do tend to align with there. So to do cable, we'll put cable on the line. So it takes 60 per minute for 30. So we actually, for a full belt, that's a full belt, right? So maybe we... I think I'm overbuilding a little bit of this. I should really focus on only one belt. But that's a belt. Each of these needs 60. And to get 60 wire, we need 2 we need 2, so we need to double this just a little bit back. So that's not too bad, actually. Running out of resources again. Let's go pick up some more iron plates. Doesn't seem so good now, does it? Actually, why not? Why isn't it good? Oh, we never... Do you know why it's not good? We never did this. My bad. So distracted. A bit of a strange one, where there's a bit of a bug, I think, at the moment with biofuel burners, because they should all, there is enough capacity, right, and they should match the required power draw, so they're one of the only variable fuel sources in the game that actually matches your consumption. So they all have fuel, right? They all have fuel, and I don't think our power draw is our consumption. So our max consumption is 280 watts, which is higher than what we could actually produce. But for some reason it's showing capacity 0 watts. So what's going on there? So I don't like doing this, but one option is to just disconnect parts of the factory while you bootstrap it, just because it's bugged. So now it'll be fine. The production will jump to the level we need it to be. Although maybe that is a legitimate crash. Maybe if I connect this other part of the factory, it is going to crash out. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. It is. Oh, look at that. So I'm partly wrong. It did run out of fuel, but it's also, the factory is now too big. So let's build another 6. That's aligned right, so we just give it a little bit of space. Maybe we'll hook it onto this. I may have fucked up by doing that particular. No, not the wire. So we'll take a little bit of wire, which we will need plenty of. And bop, bop. Oh, I have rods this time. I think I just need to do a little bit of a shopping spree. What are we low on? We can get rid of the limestone, we can get rid of the copper. We can actually get rid of the coal. And that, we can get rid of that. We'll hold on to the rotor, that seems useful. So we are low on a little, well, not low on iron plates as such, but you know, there's always room for more iron plates. I just noticed I've got a nice little bit of sunlight on me. Okay, we're doing you. 3, 4, 5, 6. is raised? What happened? Oh, I know what happened. It is the fact that there is a miner just below it. Damn it. We are going to need to do something like this instead. Go this way. Oh, it actually doesn't let... No, it does, right? It doesn't let me stack. Shouldn't let me stack biofuel burners, biomass burners on biomass burners. But it should let me stack it on other things like miners. Oi, there we go. So that should be fine now. So the lines we've taken is U and U. So we can take a third from here. We will need to do something like this, maybe. Although it's probably easier to do something like this. You connect to you. Or we do even simpler and just do, I think it's 1, 2, 3. What's 3 normally for the climbing? Is that level? It is climbing. So we want to go 1, 2 maybe. Who's to really say? We're taking 1, 2, 3, and that's 4. Like 4 out of 5, so that makes sense. The problem now is that all the biofuel is split incorrectly, so we're going to have to I'll put it back in the top, get it all balanced out again. And then we'll hook those up into the correct little power thing. So this should now happen a lot faster. So if we take half and then half again, that should give a few to each of them. And we will link these up onto the grid. Seems like a smart plan. Yeah, that's significantly faster than it was, isn't it? It's still backing out, but it is faster. Of course, these aren't actually... Oh, I foolishly didn't connect it into the actual grid. Okay, hopefully this won't take too long to fill up. How's the tower looking? A bit odd, let's be fair there. It's a little bit odd. Okay. That's hopefully enough time for me to flick the switch and have it all work out. Apparently so. Let's see if... I don't know how fast these are going to fill up. I think we are producing 60 though. Oh, we're producing way more than 60 actually. So it's not too bad. We should be able to fill the belt, basically. I don't know exactly how much I've got stored. You know, it's probably like we have doubled our power, so we should be fine for a while. It just means we're also burning through biofuel twice as fast. So hopefully it's fine. Maybe not. Okay, what have we... So cables, that's still chugging along. I think once we get the cable here, we can... I'm going to store the wire off the cable and split it. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, I think I can do that. So we'll store the wire off the cable and split it so that we can have a supply of cable as well, wire as well as cable. We need another line of constructors. We'll probably split every single line and merge it so that it fills a full line and just sort of vamps or like sucks away at the what each of these uses. So I'm gonna line it up, go back. One will be tight, doable but tight. So we'll go to 1.5 maybe, just for a little bit of extra space. And we're going to need to build another row at the back. That's fine. And let's just line it up there and there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So these back ones are going to be wire. And this is where our copper is going to enter. They actually only produce 120, so what we can do is actually merge them all into a single output split. Technically we could just use Mark 1 and do each of these up to just the cable like machines that need it, but it's honestly simpler to just not. It's like running multiple forward lines is just a pain in the ass. So something you will notice I'm doing is that even like pretty much all the time I'll still put a merger on this back one, even though it never actually merges into anything, right? So this only connects to this. You could skip this merger. I don't, because I like tileable structures, so that if we ever want to add capacity, all we have to do is just add machines onto the back of this and just link it into the existing system. It's not massively different, it's just, I find it's better to think in terms of tileable and making things repeatable when dealing with like factories like this. So that only needs to be Mark 1, but this needs to be Mark 2. So that should be one setup, or half a setup for wire cable. So we had a, this is where it gets a little bit funky. We could then take a line from here That's probably actually the easiest way of doing this. You, sorry, will face the back, not you going out. Because you would all merge in. And you need to face the front. You need to be a splitter too. Okay, so then you would go forward, and that should be happy. So let us hook up the power. Of course, go to the back line as well. Hook up the copper. You would run. Well, let's do this line first. Like there. Okay, so we connect you to you, and we move you to the very front and go straight down. These are all powered now. We just need to hook up copper. So we'll take splitter, we'll go this way. So I think in terms of what each of these needs, you each need 60. So this needs one line of 120. It might legitimately be easier to keep it off one line then, and we can we'll just jump the gap. So we'll just do a Mark II. There, Mark II. Hopefully, we are going to run out of belts, unfortunately. And I've done it on the wrong end too, so it's going to. Yeah, that's gonna fucking die. But whatever, we'll fix it later. If I remember, at some point I'll be like, why is my throughput so low? Why is it so slow? And I'm like, oh shit, there's still Mark I belts all through this. Okay. As I love to do, we're going to do this. We're going to run. Okay, we have to build our next layer, which is going to be 5 up, as always. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me build out. Zoop this like a little ways. Like you. Zoop it all the way back. And now we can, so this one's iron, which we will not use for this, but we will keep it nearby. This one, so this one's our copper, I think, right? Am I wrong? That's copper. Yeah, then that's concrete, which we can absolutely hook up. That feels wrong. That looks too close. That's not right. Hit again. should really stop caring about the direction that it goes in. But it's just so much nicer to be consistent, you know. That actually builds the way I tried. Goodness. There we go. That is sending it out very slowly but surely. It's sending it out. Should only be sending up a quarter of 60. It's only 15 a minute. It's gonna take forever. Not even important right now. So I'm gonna start with our little doohick just to judge height. I'm gonna take a splitter from here, put it this way, and then we can go like probably using probably use straight. Probably go further than that too. Let's go all the way to like here. And can you connect? No, unfortunately not. That little, like, so close. Frustratingly so. Okay, there's a copper line. We should now be making cables. What I was saying, what I'm planning to do now is actually you go like this. So like that, we're going to stick a merger on it. Let's put a merger on, we'll put maybe a merger on both. We don't really need the mergers, but it's, we actually want this to face a different direction. So merger, but facing that way, this will probably need to be replaced. So that should take a significant amount of the wire that we're producing. So again, we don't really want to consume it, or we don't want to put it on the belt, on the bus, but we do want to, so I think those two are used, and then we can give you a third, which is going to be our cable. Well, it doesn't feel right to put cable there, does it? Or maybe it's fine. You can overthink these things. So do our back. So this should be here. If I'm correct, these should all be here as well. These should all be full. Why are you not full? This phantom bug strikes again. Okay. The cable going up, which is exactly what we want to see. That's interesting. Do we not need? No, we do need a line. It's just the floor above doesn't. Okay. While I notice, I will go and get some more plate. This is going to be running so slow for such a long time, because I'm taxing half of it until storage backs up. Basically, I'm taxing half of our entire production. But it is very important to have storage. You must store everything, some of everything. Okay, so for the merger on these, we'll do the same thing. We're going to merge this way and catch on this end. And since we're going to put onto this, we need a little bit of room to put our... It is organization, right? Little teensy bit of room just to put, so we actually can Maybe I'm exaggerating. Do the same splitter setup. To find our height. Merger. I don't think that's going to connect. So we'll do it again. I think that is connected now. We'll find out eventually when these... Oh, they're flowing through. Okay. Come on. Go up. I want to see you go up. Yes. Okay. So that's connected, and we've stolen some of the wire. So we're gonna put the wire. We can just do it in the middle. It's a bit rude. So maybe we'll do it here with a cheeky round the back. Not there. We're trying to avoid belt clipping. I mean, I'm not against it as such, but you know, if we can avoid it, we should. So one thing we can do is, I suppose the easiest thing is to just put it in the middle. Let's just maybe do that, not just to run through the ghosts, just to check. I think that'll be fine. Okay. That's wire, and this is cable. That actually means that we can tear down that copper factory. We don't need it anymore. We've effectively got this replaced up here, so we don't need it. And we shall remove it and probably delete a crazy amount of resources. Oh, maybe I should sync them actually. I'll set up the sync again. I think we have the power to run it now. So we'll sync it. Take what we can get. It won't be much, but we're quite low in the syncing journey at the moment, so we shouldn't need much. Ooh, you reinforced iron plates. You got me again. Okay, next up. Awesome sync. Power. The storage container facing right at it. And that. So let's go and grab whatever's in storage and start syncing it. It looks like we have a full chest of something we can actually do, which is a little bit cheeky. We can do this. So I've currently got it set so that this mantle chest is at the player. So I've marked the two presumably quite full storage containers. If I actually, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have pressed G is what I meant to press. G, two storage containers. This means everything I face won't start dismantling, so I can stand here. I should be able to stand here and just finish the dismantle. So now there's a dismantle crate right where I am, despite all the resources actually coming from over there. So I can now do something like this. Do I have enough? Let's make this happen as fast as possible. Oh, we'll get a few for that, actually. So, I'm gonna let that run for a minute and just step away. and I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Look at it go. Sinking those cables big time. This is going to take forever, so I'll just leave it running. I suppose we might be able to use that to get some... I don't know if roof parts actually come from that, or if they come from the... Oh yes, so what we can also do is just tear down this whole structure. Of course, let's do that. Let's tear down this whole thing. We don't need the power consumption, we just don't need it. And we can plug this into the other half of the factory too at some point. I don't know if we need the throughput yet, so we can just sort of calm ourselves a little bit on that and just focus on other things. I think it's more pressing to just get the rest of the... We'll get the higher tier of like iron resources being created. This. Okay, I think that's all we need. The thing we've got to watch with this is that we are running a power spine off of it into the iron miner just back there. So we'll keep it alive for now. We can keep the foundation, a lot of the foundations around. But we'll also repurpose it so that we can use it again. Use those resources again. I suppose we could just do something like... How far can we go? There? Does that connect? Sure does. So you can go, you can go, you can go. Wait, that couldn't go. Okay, now we're fine. So we're still a long way from being able to upgrade this to Mark II, which is a shame. It would be nice to get a bit more throughput on our iron. But let's, for now, let's work on improving. Well, let's work on higher tier things. I think since now that we have cable, well, cable's not that necessary right now. It's just going to be useful for building in a minute. Now that we have iron and we have rods, that's everything we need to build reinforced iron plates, which take iron, and it takes screws, so we can convert the rods directly into screws. So we will configure it so that it has the ability to consume an entire belt of yeah, so it can consume an entire belt. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? What if we go 1, 2, No, it's got to go back at 1 away, doesn't it? That's my mistake. So we can take an entire belt of iron plates, and then, which will be again overbuilding. Really, I doubt we'll ever actually use that amount, or like it'll take a while for us to even really use that amount. But it just lets the sort of factory self throttle as as storage gets full, as machine gets full, and it's a belt resource, so it's kind of one of those things you do want a lot of, especially because I personally like to, where possible, keep belts minimal, so we keep the tiers as low as possible, right? So we don't need we don't use a higher tier belt than we actually need, especially in cases where it just doesn't matter. Like, there's no need to put a tier 6 belt between a merger and a machine that only needs 15 of an item per minute. Okay, so this is going to be a manufacturer setup, which is going to be slightly different than what we have currently. So manufacturer, let's do a quick little bit of quick maths. So assembler rather. Oh, I need rotors. I'll go build some. So we want to look at our reinforced iron plate. So it takes 30 per minute, so we can use 4 assemblers for our iron plates at the moment. So let's go and do that. Let's go get the resources I need. I'm jumping into here, and for 4, I'm going to need how many? 16, right? Always good to have a spare, because I'm going to need to build one for rotors as well. So, back up the tower. It's going to start getting crazy once we hit phase 1, because this is still sort of phase 0, right? Or rather, this is phase 1. So once we hit phase 2, and we start getting all the more pieces, I'm going to do all my irons, my oil in here as well. So this tower is going to get crazy tall. We haven't even really got to vehicles or anything like that yet. So if we keep on ascending. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to do assembler. Front it onto. This is not a line. But that's possibly a little too close, so we'll move it back like half. Put it there. 1, 2. We just align it and then put it again more or less with the 3, 4. Okay, so that's our assemblers. These will make our reinforced iron plates. Not as many as I'd like, but it's kind of what we have capacity for at this point in time. We need to make screws. So if we look at our screws recipe, so it creates 40 per minute per iron rod, for 10 iron rods, and this needs 60 a minute. So we need 3 screws constructors to 2 assemblers, which isn't too bad actually, all things considered. So what we'll do is we just need a little bit more space at the back. We just zoop rather than vertical. It's then only 6. That's really not so bad at all. That might be too much, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Constructor, we're aligned not with the assembler, but with the, and it's going to be a little bit tricky because it's going to want to hook onto it. We want to just align it with the foundation if at all possible. And move it back so that we want to gain about 1.5 between the two. I think that'll be fine. So we need 3 of these. The same problem over here. But it's going to want to align to the assembler, but we just want 3 and 3. Okay, so these are our screws. We already got copper sheets. Cool. And then we're into our reinforced iron plates. So we want to merge facing forward. This merge is facing the other merger. This is going to split facing back, and then split facing thing. We could think about sushi belts, but I think the throughput's too high on the screws, so we'd have to go to Mark II. We do have to go to Mark II. Iron plates again. Yeah, the throughput's too high, so we need 60 and 60, so we have to go bar belt capacity. The idea of a sushi belt would be that you can simplify the inputs of the assemblers by only actually needing to use one of the holes that provides both items. That's totally possible, but only if it is less than your belt capacity. But I think most of the time, with the rates that we want to sort of search for, we almost certainly won't be using that setup. But there are cases where we might consider it, you know. So this will be there this time. Set it up with some splitters facing this way. Set it up like this. These are going to need to be higher as well. And the idea is that this will hook into iron plate switches over on this line here. We can actually do something like this. Oh goodness, we must be out of fuel. Let's go get some more fuel. Real common problem, isn't it? I'm getting very high up though. Okay, we are full. So let's try this again. Oh, of course, I don't need any of this. Good, it's stopped earlier than I needed to. Put you, put you. We're gonna have to put in you, unfortunately. It's not gonna be enough, is it? I'll have to make some more myself. Perfect. And into this, the doohickey. That should be fine. Okay, let's let it fill up. What? Hold on. Oh shit. It's not balanced right now. That is my mistake. Of course it's not balanced right now. Little known rule of balances like this, you can't just leave one arm sort of free. So this isn't actually a balance. I think these 3 sets should be balanced-ish. But this one right now is definitely not going to be balanced until we add another set, because rather than a third of that top, it's getting half, which is too much. The only way I can fix that is to merge this back into the merger, but there's not actually currently any space to do that. So it's not really a big deal. It just means it's not balanced. We'll run a little bit like a manifold for a little while, and that's not a huge sacrifice. Okay, are they all a little bit fed? Then maybe we can think about flipping the switch. I will go and get a little bit more stuff. Just because this will happen again. Before I know it, really. It's... Slide. Ah, dang. Dang. So close. I'm keeping an eye out for any sort of quartz or caterium around too, because I do need it for the MAM. And a lot of really good upgrades are tied behind caterium specifically. And I haven't actually found I think I may have found one caterium thing, but it was surrounded by enemies I couldn't actually fight right now. So it's sort of there, but also sort of not. But it'll be around. There's caterium around. I'll find it. In the meantime, we just deforest, because that's what a good person does. We cut down trees and burn up fuel. Doing it on a planet-wide scale causes no issues, so let's just do that. Okay, how lovely. Keep on going. All right. So next up, all right, let's put our stuff in the top. Let's not get distracted. Let's keep our power functional for a little while longer, and then we can finish plugging in the reinforced iron plate up top. Oh yes. There's a little bug with parachutes sometimes going up ramps is it doesn't disengage properly, so you sort of keep your full speed even when going uphill, and you can ignore a lot of like things that you should be able to climb. I mean, it does get beaten, let's be honest, by a jetpack, but I don't have a jetpack, so it's, you know, you make do with what you have sometimes, actually. Now that I've climbed half the tower, let's go and check on... Oh my god, it's still going. Oh, it's only halfway. Jesus Christ. Oh, yes, of course, these get added merge chests, so I would do that. Actually, I want some of that. Keep some of that. I don't know if you can sink... I don't know if I want to sink copper ore, to be honest. Let's keep it there for now. That'll be fine. How many coupons has that given me? 17? Whoa! Okay, let's just sneak a little shop nearby. Ah, oh, screws. Of course, screws. I do have a chest of screws. I'll go use it. I'm surprised it hasn't backed up yet. Nearly has. Oh no, just slide jump. I'll just go up the stairs like a normal person, I guess. I should really build stairs there. I just don't want to run it straight into other pathways. Even this power setup is ultimately temporary. I'm going to... I'll build another power setup somewhere. Oh, I got distracted again. I meant to spend those coupons. Because there's some stuff I want to see. Give me the coupons. Goodness me. We got the screws because we wanted the awesome shop. So let's build an awesome shop. Let's look at the awesome shop. I will buy the wall mount. I have 17. I don't think that there's tilted walls. It's not roofs. But I will buy tilted walls actually. And I might buy door walls. Ramp walls are always good, and these are always good as well for building. I would love windows, we're not there yet. So I've got 3 left. What can we buy for 3? Probably look on the foundations, right? Double ramp would be really good actually, let's do that. Well, we could also do stairs. This would need the inverted ramp, so we need to do that, which is 4. What else do we buy? We can get rid of view, I suppose, and do foundation stairs and inverted like that, and that would give us 17. We will get it all eventually. It's just, you know, for now. What's important now? What's important now? One of this was 3 and 3. I think the mistake I made here was trying to match the edge, so we actually will rebuild this now. So let's rebuild you. Now that we have, I hope the stairs show up on this. We do this. Zoop it down. We're going to need to do an inverted ramp too, which I think are a different thing. Actually means we can probably remove at least you. I don't know if we can do that again. I don't think we can do it again on the other side. We have stairs here now. Your default, so this wouldn't be a this couldn't be a slope. This would have to just be normal, I think. We have the inverted ramp here. Oh yeah, this is going to be a whole thing. So we're going to go from the there and then there, and then we can inverted ramp our way up to there as well. Which means that if we can target it, the regular foundation can go away, but we cannot target it, so can't see it. It's such a shame. There it is, and let's do this. Don't strictly need this, but we should, I suppose, keep it just to maintain stuff. This doesn't need to be here. This is where I think I made my mistake. Where I should have just built it based off of the count rather than, honestly, the ramp now. But this will be an inverted ramp. It's going to be a bit tricky to build without a... Let's suit this. There, great view, and this needs to be 1, 2, 3. And then we can invert this. 2, 3, 4. We might change our minds on that when we work out the actual thickness that we want those bottom pieces to be, because it's not fully clear right now. Just review now. Bop, bop, bop. If we did that, it wouldn't make sense, right? So we just have to do these partials. Oh, what have I done? That was too far. No, 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 yes. Same deal, this is all in the wrong spot now. Which means you come in to save the day with 1, 2, you grab a bit of ramp. 1, 2, grab the foundation. Place it here, more stairs. 1, 2, 3, which means this can be deleted. As can this. Bit of ramp. A little bit mechanical at the moment, sorry guys. This is just building the stairs. Right, nearly done, nearly done. And there should be one more to do, which yeah, this whole thing is still a little odd. 1, 2, should be fine with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So let's, we've got a foundation there, I suppose. Let's just use that. And pop up. Oh, I haven't done the inverted, that's why. Come on, be nice, play nice. Too far, but. Alt, turn. Is this in line? It is, right? What happened? Why? Is this too short? That's 5, right? It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 the whole way up. It's still 5. So that's not really clear to me what's going on here. So this should be directly above that, and it is. You should be directly above this, and you are. So why is this landing lower? It must be a different height. I'm so sure I've set those to, whoops, set these to 5. So if we, yeah, it's 5, foundation 5, and this should be foundation 5. Okay, witchcraft, man, witchcraft. Oh, the centers move. That doesn't seem like that should be happening. Because you should be directly above, right? And you aren't. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Why aren't you in the center? Are they not in the center? Have I made this even worse? I sort of have. Shit. That's my rails, right? That's my bad. Does that mean that? Does 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 fix that? Not really, does it? Maybe we just let it be wrong. Okay. Getting pretty high up the space elevator now, aren't we? So what we need to do, we haven't done power, we haven't actually hooked in the resources yet. So I did this so I could do this, then just set the splitter like that. So we can remove that now, and this is our so we can do some really cheeky stuff here because of our verticality. Which should, so that's funneling that, and then this needs a separate line for, so how many do we need? We need 10 and we have 6, so it's actually only 60 rods per minute. We can split this way as our input, so we can easily do this line here. So we'll do the same thing. Does that line up? I hope so. Why are these, what's happening? This line's screwy. Do I have to change this line? I think I do. I think I've got a mod which lets you do slightly different nudging than the normal game will let you do. A lot smaller, a lot finer, but it can mean you end up with these sort of partial grid positions. So things like conveyors and things like splitters can't snap without also having these really minute nudges. I'm not really interested in doing in a lot of cases. It's really like it's there for special, special requirements, not as a default. Okay, so that should feed that line, and we can send it back and do. Yes, we just merge back central. I don't think we did this. We did the other side, but not this one. And we do not have, yet again, the throughput or the capacity to upgrade them to Mark II just yet. This needs to be a splitter, and the splitter can be on the back. First splitter on the back, second splitter on the side. So that should be fine. All that we need now is power and the rod connection. Oh, we're missing wires. Let's go get some from one floor down. If I recall. Yes. How many have we got? Some. We got some wire. That leaves us with, so wire was, the rods were this one, right? So we do the same thing with the splitter on that, and the same thing again, where we just do cheeky. Pretty much right next to it should be fine. That should be enough to, yeah. And then if we go slightly outside, it should prevent it from clipping in. So we can go up to like there, and then we can use this here as our entrance point. Oh, we should place it like this, sorry. So that should give us a nice little flow of rods. Perfect. We're halfway through power. This connects to a central spine. And then we jump to our pads again. So that should be okay. I don't think I missed anything there. So we'll bring this forward. Their power's on the side. Doesn't actually really matter where this is, but we'll put it on the front for these doohickeys. They can have it like that. Bring it over. Iron rod this time. If only we knew where to find a single iron rod. Boop. I'll need more than that, but we'll get some more in a second. Probably just take it off his back belt, even. Are they not coming through? What's going on? Oh, that would definitely do it. I think I'll just need just the one more rod, one more power pole, which we put here, and that should go straight down. Okay. It's alive! So now we hook these into the classic setup that we've been running with. So let's start with merges. Facing this way. So this thing I will eventually want to do with these, the setup here is at the moment it's focusing on consuming a whole belt, right? But eventually we probably want to think about finding a way to make it produce a whole belt, depending on the sort of veracity we have for how much you know for moving stuff around. But I think right now with the limited logistics we have available, so we don't really have trains, we don't have trucks, it's quite difficult to do any sort of long distance resource gathering. The only thing I could really do is run massively long conveyor lines, which I like to avoid where possible, not because it's wrong or anything, just because I think it's more interesting to sort of use all the tools the game sort of gives you, and to just trains are fun. Trains are fun. They make the world feel more alive than conveyors, like miles long conveyors running. Okay, so that's that. We won't bother linking it on right now because I'm just about to end. I think this is a good stopping point for the stream, so we will wrap up in a second. But yes, now that this is online, I think once the very first reinforced iron plate, oh there they are, they're coming through already, so much faster than the other setup. Then I can start using these to speed up everything to the proper throughput. But yeah, I'll wrap up the stream here. So thanks a lot for everyone who tuned in. I really appreciate it. And I will keep working on this tower and keep working on this mega factory. So we still haven't actually started making the smart plating yet, which is going to be super important for, well actually we need to make 5,000. It's not a small number. It's going to take a long time if we don't sort of really push our throughput to the limit. So what I'll do is I'll set up, we have 2 more factories to set up before we get that started, which is the rotor factory, and then we can do this smart plating. And then while I'm waiting for that, I'll start looking for more resources. I'll start increasing the factory, and I'll do some exploring to try and find some ultimate recipes before we progress too far.